What's the feeling amongst the team after this victory?
Very good. We know we're fighting to be at the best in the standing by the end of the year. So get a nice spot in the playoff and getting that win on the road. It's big. It's big for our confidence and to keep moving forward.
Like, it's a dream start, 3-0 within 12 minutes, right? Does that make the game easier for you, or what challenges does that present? What does that mean?
Yeah, for sure it makes the game easier. And we know with the guys on top that we have, we can be dangerous at any moment on 90 minutes. So starting like this, after that, for sure, the thing is that we don't have to get too comfortable after that 3-0. And I think we didn't. So we did a full game, fully focused, and perfect game for us, perfect start.
So talk to me a little bit about the second time in MLS. You're going through a playoff push now. Is there anything you're telling the new guys that are first year in MLS about this kind of time of the season?
Yes, it's a part of the season that is very important. I think we're all sharing this in the locker room, that you build that momentum for the playoff. Like the last games are important, like finished in the higher possible in the standing, so you can play home, and then from there keep the momentum to arrive in the playoff at full fitness.
This being your second stint in MLS, is it a little different in Los Angeles this time of year with the weather, or has it been a little easier on you this time?
Yeah, for sure the weather is a bit different, and the team's doing well, and I think the vibes are great. Everybody in the locker room is enjoying his life, I think. So we can see on the pitch after that everybody put the effort, and that's why we get the win tonight.
Talk to me a little bit about the fans today. How has it been going to away stadiums and seeing a lot of LAFC jerseys?
I mean, it's crazy good for us. It's always when you go play away and you see those fans, you're like, oh, they make the travel for us. We're gonna give them a good show. We're gonna give everything for them. So going away and seeing this, it's like, hey, we're like home. So it's good for us.
Perfect. Thank you.
Anything else in person? Okay, we're gonna switch over to Zoom. Benjamin.
Hi Matthew, congrats on the win.
Thank you.
How much mental growth do you feel like you've had in your game with your increased role with Canada and also playing with Son there at LAFC?
Sorry, I didn't really understand the question.
Can you say
How
that
much
one
do
more
you
time?
feel your game has grown by playing bigger role with Canada and a bigger role with LAFC with Son in particular?
I think in the past year, I learned a lot about maturity and knowing the moments of the game, playing with the national team and playing here right now. Here, obviously, it's a club that wants to win everything. So you go into games and you know you're gonna have moments where you're gonna struggle, and how to manage this. I think it's the way I learned even with the national team. It's sometimes you're gonna struggle and you just have to go through that moment and just being focused and talking with the guys on the field. So now I just want to add this to my game and bring the best I can for LAFC.
Denis, congratulations on the hat trick. Just your feelings coming off of this game and what it means for you and for the team.
D'abord, félicitations pour ton triplé, pour le chapeau. Qu'est-ce que ça veut dire pour toi et pour l'équipe?
C'est ce qu'on voulait, voilà. On a eu une semaine, enfin l'équipe a eu une semaine de régénération et voilà, fallait venir et marquer le coup ici dans un grand stade, et on l'a fait, et voilà, j'ai marqué 3 buts grâce aussi à l'équipe, donc c'est magnifique.
It's what we wanted. We had 1 week off and we had to hit hard when we come back in this big stadium. We did it, so that's wonderful.
For you, again, another big trip, and then come back to the States. How do you do this while maintaining your form, maintaining your ability to perform 90 minutes?
Tu as fait un long voyage, aller-retour. Comment tu arrives à tenir ton niveau physique?
Tout simplement parce que voilà, j'ai faim de marquer des buts. Mon équipe aussi me met en bonne position aussi pour ça. Donc, comme je l'ai dit, voilà, j'aime trop le foot pour pouvoir abandonner maintenant, et je sais que voilà, je peux compter sur ma famille aussi pour me remettre dans le droit chemin.
I'm hungry for more goals. The team also helped me a lot, and I really love football, soccer so much, and my family also is here to help me.
Denny, I wanted to ask you, when you were in the tunnel, Sun was waiting for you as you got there, and you said, "Where's my ball?" Did you get your ball?
Yes, I get the ball in the locker room, and very happy to get this ball today.
And then I wanted to ask you, talk to me a little bit about the relationship you have with Sun. It seems like you guys are pretty good friends on and off the field. How has that helped you perform on the field too?
It's too easy in the pitch play with Sonny. You see, he's an amazing player, and off the field is a good person, and all people know know Sonny.
One more. This was a little harder question. You tied Carlos Vela in all time. Did you send him a text already, or does he know? Is he calling you, or do you have to pick up the phone from him?
No, I don't see my phone now, and I can see after maybe. But he's very happy to tie Carlos. Carlos is a legend in the LAFC, and for me, it's very appreciated to tie Carlos.
Perfect. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good. Anything else for Denis here in person? John?
Just on your 3 goals, sort of talk us through the 3 goals that you scored today.
Si tu peux nous parler des 3 buts que tu as mis ce soir.
Le premier, voilà, dans ma tête, quand je dribble le long de ligne de touche, ma première idée c'était de la mettre à Sonny pour qu'il marque très vite son doublé et pourquoi pas un triplé aujourd'hui. Le deuxième but, pareil, voilà, je fais une course et je suis assez tout seul, je regarde au centre s'il n'y a pas Sonny parce que voilà, à l'entraînement on s'entend bien sur ça, donc je suis tout seul, donc je mets un piqué. Et le troisième but, voilà, je vois Sergi se bagarrer sur le côté, donc comme je joue neuf, voilà, à moi de faire une fausse course au deuxième pour que le défenseur me suive et finalement je pique au premier, voilà, un but assez facile.
The first goal, I dribble. My first idea was to pass to Sonny, but because he was not here, I continued. Second goal, I ran. Look also for Sonny to see if he's here, but I'm alone, so I continue. Third goal, I see Sergi fighting. I'm in the middle, playing like a position number 9. So I pass my defender, so I could kick directly and score.
Danny, I know your national team is in good position in qualification. So it will be crazy idea, but if you guys going to the World Cup and next year and facing Korea and facing Sony, what will be like?
Si donc ton équipe, le Gabon est peut-être en bonne position pour aller à la Coupe du Monde, si jamais tu joues contre la Corée, tu joues contre Sony, est-ce que tu as quelques petits mots, une pensée pour ça?
Bon, c'est sûr, ça ferait... Déjà, pour notre pays à nous, ça serait pour mon pays, ce serait magnifique d'aller à la Coupe du Monde. Après, voilà, si je suis amené à jouer contre la Corée et contre Sony, ça serait magnifique déjà, je pense, pour moi comme pour lui. Et puis voilà, je pense que voilà, on se donnerait le bras de fer, voilà, pour voir qui va gagner, qui marquera. Et je pense qu'on s'enverrait des messages bien avant, je pense.
First, it will be wonderful for my country to be at the World Cup. It will be something extraordinary. And if we have to play Korea, well, that will be also a great games to play against Sony. We'll certainly communicate about that before. That will be something wonderful anyway.
Dream start, 3 goals in 12 minutes.
Yeah.
When you do that and you come out so fast, does that change the match plan moving forward? Does that sort of make you feel like you have to play a different way than you planned to for the full 90?
I don't think it changes our approach, but it certainly changes the opponents, which then could affect ours, of course. There's always 2 teams out there, and it's a little bit of, cat and mouse. But when the opponent gives us depth or the opponent gives us possession, we need to be able to take what the opponent gives us and capitalize with that or on that. And tonight we did exactly that. They provided us with depth, and we took full advantage of it the entire night. Nothing more was needed to get 3 points, and I think that is what I was very pleased with the performance tonight. We were quite effective with our chances. I think we could have had 1 or 2 more.
For Denis, he tied Carlos Vela with 93 goals all time in LAFC history. Just speak about how prolific he's been and what he's meant to you over the 4 years you've been here.
Yeah, aside from the relationship, which is a great one, we enjoy each other's company. I enjoy coaching him. Hopefully, he enjoys playing for us and with his current coaching staff. But yeah, I think what any attacker means for any club is goals, and he has 93 arguments that he's one of the best.
Yeah, I wanted to add a little bit on that. Take us back kind of when you found out he was going to play for the Black and Gold and that was your first day. Is there any kind of cool memories or cool stories that come to mind for this moment?
Are you referring to Denis?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it starts with the scouting process. Scouts flag players, and then it gets to the next level of scouting, and then eventually the coaching staff puts eyes on players. And we saw a player who was playing in Ligue 1 and at Saint Etienne, who had all of the tools that we look for in wingers at LAFC, and all of the tools that we believe can be effective in this league. He wasn't as prolific in France as he is here. And I think the reasons for that, different position slightly, also, obviously a higher level there, defending. And so, we thought that would turn into it, but it also took some convincing on John's part and my part to do it, and we're really, really glad we did, I think now 4 years later.
And having coached Vela and Bouanga, I mean, they're both legendary players for the club. What does that mean to you and your time here?
Yeah, for me personally, and I can speak for the coaching staff, it's been a pleasure being able to coach all of the players we've seen at LAFC. We've seen some amazing ones, whether it's Giorgio or Gareth, Carlos, we mentioned, Denis, now Sonny, Hugo, Olivier. A lot of players from Europe have come in and been very influential for us and important for us. And, for us coaches, for me, being at my first job in the first division as a head coach, being able to work with such personalities and players of that level has been quite a learning experience and hopefully very helpful the rest of my career.
Anything else in person?
Yeah, I got Steve, in terms of the formation, you guys were listed as a 4-3-3, but it seemed like you were playing all sorts of different alignments, especially at the back. Eddie wasn't a true 6, right? I mean, you were switching between that and then going into the back 3. Is that how it was for you?
Yeah, flexible. Always adapting to what opponents maybe, and not always, but sometimes adapting what opponents do. And they made some changes, and we made some changes, and it took about a couple minutes for it to settle down. And thankfully, the goals came for us. But I think both teams were a little unsure of how they were. The positions they took to start the match, and we were able to capitalize on that. But yeah, it's for me, I don't get caught too much in formations. It's really it should never define how we play. It should never change the way we play or how it feels or looks. It is just starting positions, and that's it.
If I could just ask one more about Denis. I mean, my calculation was he traveled like 23,000 miles last week, something like that. His durability seems to me like extraordinary. Would you agree with that? And the fact that he's going to come and play 90 after going and playing the games that he did in Africa, what does that say to you about just his desire and what you get from him?
It's always been there. I recall, I don't know if it was last season or the year before, he arrived on game day, and we subbed him in, and he scored. His dedication, and his ability, his dedication, and his mentality to come in and to want to play and score and do what he can for this team is awesome. It's great. But that's how we got to know him, and those are obviously our expectations when he does go away, and he seems to enjoy traveling and playing for his country. And they are very close to qualifying for the World Cup, and we hope that they do. That would be amazing for him in the country of Gabon.
For Sonny, seems like he has a good momentum at the match days and come back to the team and keep his momentum going. What did you see from him?
Sonny is very, very consistent, whether he plays for his national team or for us. And that makes it very easy for his teammates to put him in good positions to score, because Sonny he's predictable in what he does. He runs he's a sprinter. He doesn't do anything at a slow pace. It is fast. It is clean. It is for his teammates predictable, and it's always dangerous. And I think him and Denis, when they have fresh legs, are very difficult to defend. They combine well. Both are a threat in behind. Both are good finishers, and we're ecstatic to have them both. And we're going to do our best to make sure that we are getting both players in positions to score throughout the end of the season.
How to explain Sonny's first goal in the very beginning in the game? And, this is really a 4-4 game, and how to describe your feeling about the so many Korean Americans gathering here today. So
Yeah, I love the energy around our games now, away from LA, but also our last one against San Diego in LA. Seeing the Korean American community come out to support Sunny, but also LAFC, and I have heard firsthand stories of people also in Korea where we're seeing LAFC jerseys in Korea in the stores and in the windows, which is amazing for the MLS, but first and foremost for LAFC. And what I'm most impressed is also how Sunny treats people and his fans and his teammates. He's an incredible human being, and it cannot be easy to be recognized everywhere you go. But he's very gracious, he's patient, and he's just a fine human being we're happy to have in our team.
All right, we're going to switch over to Zoom. Do we have anything for Steve on Zoom? Going once. Steve?
Hi, Steve.
Steve Hahn, sorry, go ahead. Ask Steve Cherundolo.
Coach, congratulations on the win. I have a question about a player who was on the bench but didn't get to play today. Adrian Weibo had quite a week, making his international debut with Indonesia and coming back to LAFC. Could you just talk a little bit about the week that he's had and how he's settling after a long flight? And also, if, potentially Sonny, who's also a big superstar in Asia, if he could potentially be somebody that Adrian could look up to?
I certainly hope Adrian looks up to Sonny and learns a lot from him. That's also another advantage to bringing in players of Sonny's stature, is that our younger players can learn from players who are world class. And we've had a number of them, as I mentioned earlier in this press conference. And so, yeah, I had a good chat with Adrian this week. He was all smiles, describing his first international trip and cap. We're very proud of him and happy for him. And he still has a long career ahead of him. I think he has a lot of room for an improvement, but he's also made a lot of strides. But I think what Adrian does extremely well is he doesn't need a lot of chances. He's very effective in the opponent's box or in the final third, and he's a very, very good learner, very a student of the game. You only need to tell him things once, and they're implemented right away, and that's going to be beneficial for him in his career.